Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit the subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on the channel. Today is a special reading for you because this is your entire 2021 reading for you. So we're going to take a look at your 2021. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this year? And what to expect. So we're going to be taking a peek at all of that and seeing what messages are coming through. And I can tell you already, just looking at this overall spread, it is going to be a prosperous year. Your year at the beginning of 2021 to the end of 2021 is going to look very different. It is going to really be this opening for you into a prosperous life, into an abundant life, and you're opening to improved relationships here in this year. So you may find yourself having to do some work around relationships, around opening to new relationships, or opening to shifts or changes, or setting boundaries within relationships in order to allow for these shifts. But I see overall this being a very, very positive year for you. So we're going to take a peek first at the cards that I pulled for the overarching themes of what you can expect. And the first card here is the Empress. Okay, so the Empress card is a very abundant card. The Empress knows what she deserves and she gets it. She is just open to receiving from the universe. She is open to receiving all these beautiful things that she just naturally deserves, and she understands that. And so I see you embracing this energy. I see you finally understanding that you have deserved these amazing things in your life that you have wanted for so long, that you've always deserved it, but it's like something just clicks and something just allows for you to open up and to allow prosperity to come into your life, opportunities to come into your life, new people to come into your life, new experiences to come into your life. And for those of you even who are looking to start a family, the Empress card is very much a rebirth card, you know, it is a rebirth card, right? But for those of you who are looking to expand upon your family, this is a card that connects for me with pregnancy, okay? So there is very much a possibility of this, but there also is this energy of a rebirth of some way, whether it's your own rebirth, whether it's the birth of some things that you've been dreaming about for a really long time, but some beautiful, beautiful things, beautiful new beginnings that lead to so many amazing things manifesting in your life. This is a great card. I would be very excited if I was an Aries and saw that this was coming in for me in 2021. The next card that we have here is the Five of Air. And the Five of Air is about seeing a situation for what it is. And it's like, you thought that it was one thing, and then suddenly you see it with clarity. So this can be a person that you maybe thought was you had more faith in them than they actually deserved, or you thought that they were a better person than they actually were, or you thought that they had better intentions than they actually did. This can be a person, this can be a situation where you thought that a situation was more right for you than it was, or maybe like you went into a job with one understanding of the way that things were going to be, and it was presented one way, and the actual experience of that was different, was not the same. Or this also can be connected with somebody actually having motives that are not pure, having the intention of deceiving you, having the intention of making you believe one thing when what the reality is another. So you're going to find that this is going to be coming up for you as a theme this year. And I think that this is about you just finding clarity on that, understanding something for what it is. And sometimes like that's a bitter pill to swallow. That's a difficult thing to accept, right? But if you can allow yourself to do your very, very best to accept it and just move forward with your life, make the changes that you need to make in response to what this actually is. Learn what you can from it also, because there are some lessons that needed to be learned here. You weren't protected from this because there were some lessons that you needed to learn. Maybe you needed to learn to honor your intuition. Maybe you needed to learn that not everybody has good intentions. Maybe you needed to learn some of the things that you learned through the experiences that you had with this situation or this person. It has helped you grow in some way. So, or several different ways. So know and trust that it was purposeful, and learn what you can from it. Recognize what it is that you learned, and then let yourself move forward. Let the rest go. It isn't going to serve you outside of the lesson and the experiences that it has provided for you. And the last theme card that we have here, another very abundant energy, is the Ace of Earth. Okay, so this is all about things just flowing to you easily and effortlessly. Money, opportunities, time. Maybe like you've been really needing more time in your life. So feeling like you have abundance in regard to time, feeling like you have those things that you've wanted to manifest for so long. This also can be about, like, for those of you who are business owners, like just this is your year. Maybe you've had a business, but it hasn't quite gotten to that place where it's been as successful as you would like it to be. And this is like that year for you that it's just like, wow, we really have grown so much. This has been really prosperous. This has created a lot of opportunities for us. So know that like there's a major level up in regard to that, or a major level up in regard to finances, that kind of stuff in your life. This also can be about just some kind of a connection, like a contract, or something that you connect to that leads to some really amazing opportunities, that leads to more money. So, but definitely you can expect some really incredible things to manifest for you in 2021. The other cards that I pulled for you are just kind of connected to the progression. Like, what do we need to know about this year? What are the messages here? Okay, so the first card that we have here is the Seven of Earth. And I feel like you're starting the year out worried about these things that you want to manifest, worried about, why isn't this opportunity happening for me? Or why don't I have the money that I want? Or, why hasn't my business grown in the way that I want it to? Or why don't I have this promotion that I want yet? That kind of stuff, right? Why isn't it happening for me? Why, whatever it is that you're wanting to have manifest. And this is like a reminder that you have planted a lot of seeds here, and that you've done a lot of work, and you kind of just have to trust in divine timing. I don't think that you're going to have to wait a terribly long period of time for things to manifest. This is a great year in regard to prosperity and abundance. So understand that and know that like there's no reason to worry. And in fact, it's actually very unhelpful for you to worry, because you can actually block your blessings from arriving into your experience if you're too focused on worrying. So make sure that you shift that. Understand that the seeds are well planted, and any worry is unnecessary and unhelpful, quite frankly. The next card that we have is the Two of Fire. So for those of you that are looking to start a business or a partnership in some way, this is about finding, like, this card can be finding that ideal work partner, business partner, maybe finding that person at your work that really is such a beautiful counterbalance to you, that really supports you, that really provides you provide a very supportive role to one another. Again, like I said, if you're looking for like a business partner of some kind, like finding that ideal business partner, or finding that ideal thing in regard to work to team up with, that's going to set you up for success. So, there's very much an energy of cooperation here, so this might be like you're working with somebody else, or you are, there's an important contract that comes through that you connect with. Again, here with that Ace of Earth, it could be a contract of some kind, or something where like you're working with someone or something that is just really helping to fuel your success, and you're helping to fuel their success. So it's win-win for both parties here. This can be connecting with a great life partner as well. For those of you who are looking for love, there's so much good energy around that kind of a partnership, right? And I do see that there's a possibility of for those of you who are looking for love, going into business or meeting someone in connection with work that ends up being also an ideal or great partner in life as well. So there is an opening for that, but that's not going to be true for everybody. Sometimes this is like separate. Sometimes this is business, but there is an opportunity for that. But there's definitely a lot of relationship-based energy that we're going to talk about. And so speaking of relationship energy, these water cards, we have 3 water cards, are connected to relationships. 6 of water is really about a healing. So there's a healing that's happening here for you in 2021. And I feel like it's specifically connected to childhood, old childhood stuff. And you're working on releasing stuff that you've held on to for a very long time. And I feel like this is stuff maybe you felt like you'd never heal from, or that you kind of just expected would always be there. And I do feel like it specifically is connected to like relationships, or how you interact within relationships, or how guarded you are within relationships, how open your heart is within relationships, or just in terms of the way that you treat people. And I feel like there are things that shift within you that really allow you to be that much more loving, that much more open in any relationship in your life, in work relationships, in romantic relationships, in family relationships, in friendships. So there's a healing that happens that really serves you across the board in regard to relationships, but you have to allow that process to happen. And so however you're feeling sparked to work on your old stuff, if something just keeps coming up for you and coming up for you, take a look at that. Don't bury that. Don't ignore that, because that would be a mistake and that would be a problem. Because what we want to do here is we want to look at it. We want to allow the emotions connected to that. We want to work through it. We want to follow whatever it is that you're feeling called to do to help heal that, so that you can finally let that go, so that you're not carrying that, so you're not stuffing that down just so you have to deal with it again next year. Okay, so allow the healing process that wants to come, that wants to happen, to come up for you. And you'll see this showing up in your interpersonal relationships. It can come up in the form of conflict. It can come up in the form, in the way that you're responding to people and things like that. Notice how you're being triggered. Notice what it's reminding you of from the past, and what the real issue is. The real issue is in the past. And so that needs to be healed, that needs to be addressed, that needs to be looked at in order for you to create this beautiful opening that I see coming here with the Knight of Water and the Page of Water. Okay, so those of you who are looking for love, this is a year that you are going to connect with a soul connection, with this new energy. This Knight energy is your knight in shining armor in a lot of ways, right? It's like the love of your life. This is somebody coming in, and there's falling in love. There even can be with this, because this is a quick moving energy, there can even be you meet early in the year, and by the end of the year you are engaged. Like, it can even be that kind of an energy. It just works, it just fits, it just connects. So there's a lot of this positive energy, but it doesn't have to move that quickly either. So don't be like too tied to that, just it just feels like it naturally flows. It feels like it's a really good fit for you. Now, for those of you who are not looking for love, I think that this is an opening for you to connect on a deeper level within your romantic relationship, for you to connect on a deeper level within your family relationships, within your friendships. There's like just a big heart opening that's happening for you this year. And I think you recognize, wow, I've been really guarded in so many different ways that I didn't realize. And I think you're going to just recognize the ways that you've been guarded, and you're going to be working on that, and you're going to be releasing, you're going to be letting your guard down and allowing people in. Okay, so when you let this in, there is a new level of connection that is incredibly powerful for you. And it's like you finally feel more connected to people. You finally feel like you can trust people. And you're going to be surrounding yourself with your people, right? It's not just people for the sake of having people around. These are like your people. These are the people that, it doesn't, when I say a soul connection, that doesn't have to be romantic. That can be, we can have soul connections within our friendships. We can have soul connections within family relationships, but there is either a deepening of a connection with somebody who's already in your life, or a new one that's going to be really, really powerful. Speaking of new, with this Page of Water, this is a new, fresh relationship energy, right? So we have a new energy coming in and it's moving quickly, right? It's just kind of naturally flowing into our life. Or a relationship is developing into a new phase. So for those of you who are in a romantic relationship, like if some of you, you know, you're wanting to know, am I going to get engaged this year? I would say for Aries, like if circumstances are set up in the right way for you, absolutely, this is a great year for that. Or you know, if you're wanting to just like take your relationship to the next level in some way, or take that connection to the next level in some way. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic relationships. So this can be, maybe your romantic relationship is great and fantastic and that's all working out well, but you've had other relationship issues that needed to be worked out, that needed to be healed. And now it's creating a new opening where you're making these new connections, that you're feeling like a deepening again of a connection with other people that you haven't really felt before, or you haven't felt in a very long time. So you're just opening your heart and finding these amazing people that you are letting into your life and letting into your space. And this is going to be really incredible for you. We have the life experience card, right? So this to me is saying like life is going to feel very different from the beginning of 2021 to the end of 2021. There's a lot of shifting, a lot of changing. I feel like this was kind of true for you guys in 2020 in some ways, but 2021 is also going to be a lot more change. It's like when one change comes, it leads to another and it leads to another. It's like a snowballing of change, right? And I feel like this is true for you. And these are really positive changes. These are changes that are life changing, but they're positive overall and they're for your highest and best good. So I think that like as much as there may be some adjustments to the changes that are coming in, these are going to be really positive. So let yourself flow with it. Let yourself go with it. You know, sometimes, always, God knows better for us than we know what we need. So allow yourself to flow with what's showing up for you, with what's happening for you. That is how you're going to do your best. With all of these water cards, you need to let yourself flow. You need to let yourself receive the things that are being brought into your experience, because God is trying to deliver so many gifts to you. The universe is, whatever you call that, is trying to deliver lots of gifts in your direction, but you have to be open to the flow. You have to let it flow in. You can't be so focused on controlling things or telling God what to do that you're blocking your blessings. So be open to your blessings. Be open to life looking different than you expected it to, but it ultimately works out for the better. Okay, so just be open to that. And the Six of Air is like, again, a forward movement, right? It's like, finally things are looking up. Finally things are feeling like, okay, like we've got some movement. There's been a lot of movement for Aries in this past year, but there also has been a lot of stagnant energy. And it's like, we're not going to stay stuck anymore. We're ready to move forward. We've done the work. We've done the things that we need to do. We're going to keep working through being open to receiving and not trying to control how things manifest for us, but we're also going to let ourselves just move forward, right? We have this nice little unicorn in a boat, right? I'm talking about flow. Get in your boat and let yourself be carried by the current. Let yourself enjoy the ride. Let yourself enjoy the things that are arriving into your experience, and let yourself take inspired action whenever you are prompted to do so. That's an important part of flow as well. So those are your messages for 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've had some people ask me about donating to the page, so I do have a donation link below. If you like this reading, if you appreciate this reading and you want to make a donation, I do have that. That helps me to be able to do more of these videos. And if you want to learn more about me or about Clarity by Christy, you can check me out at discoveryawakening.com. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.